Hey guys, if you're enjoying the content that I'm making, please click that subscribe button. Also remember to click that bell button and make sure to tick that box to send all notifications so you don't miss out on any videos. With that in mind, let's get on with the video. What's up guys, welcome to Monchkinz Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Monchkinz logging in to bring you another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. And in this video we're going to be taking a look at the new lost chapter that we received, and this one is for Auron, the legendary guardian. So without further ado, let's start off this video. As always, we're gonna start off with the weaknesses, resistances, and the abilities of the last boss. Now, I have covered this in the past, and we are facing off the Iron Worm, which has a weakness to fire and thunder, and it has resistance to ice and dark elements. As for its abilities, it has Blast Bomb, which is a magic brave attack plus HP attack, Bullet Tornado, which is a wind magic brave attack, Iron Head, which is a melee brave attack, Shake Off, which is a group melee brave attack, Reaper, which is a powerful group melee brave attack. It has access to the group Gravity Spin, which you will see quite a lot. It changes its own brave based on the total of enemies' current HP and does a group magic HP attack. It also has Iron Defense, which grants itself Brave Regen and raises its defense. Steel Defense, which grants itself magic damage resist in addition to the effects of Iron Defense, plus it further raises the defense as well. And finally, it has Saliva, which is a magic brave attack which inflicts speed down. Okay, so now that we know the abilities, weaknesses, and resistances of the Iron Worm, it's now time to take a look at some general tips and guide. And the first one is obviously going to be save about 70 to 80% of your abilities for the boss. The main reason being this is a 5-wave fight, and 1 to 4 is basically a lot of like normal mobs. There's actually no mid-boss in this particular lost chapter, so I think you should be able to save that amount of abilities. Next up is to bring in the boosted characters such as Auron, Cyan, and Vincent. And if you don't have any of these characters, other characters that you can consider are Squall, Titus, Cloud, Warrior of Light, Beatrix, Noctis, Jet, Alice, Lightning, Realm, Ramza, Laguna, or Prish. Now obviously I listed a lot of characters here, but seeing as the Iron Worm actually doesn't really have a pure weakness, or a pure resistance, then you should be able to work out with your magic based characters. But again, you just have to make sure that you pay attention when they use the Steel Defense ability. As for the healers and brave batteries options that you have, obviously we've got the God Cat, Kate Sith, Selphie, Yuna, Lilitheth, Aerith, and Ishtola are your choices. As for the summon, you have a choice between Ifrit, Bahamut, or Ramuh. Now, with Ifrit, seeing that you're gonna be taking a lot of HP damage, I would just recommend bringing Bahamut with you. However, if you do plan to use your summon straight away, then Ifrit is a good choice. Alright, so now let's take a look at some general tips for the fight itself. Well, the first one is actually just bring a healer. I know I mentioned this in the general tips and guides earlier, just bring a healer. There's a lot of gravity spins that you're going to be taking on in this fight. While there is no HP requirement for this fight, it's still safer to just bring a healer and heal yourself. I do believe that the gravity spin won't necessarily kill you per se, even though they keep doing damage. I think it gets lower and lower as your HP goes down, but still it does have access to like Shake Off and Reaper, which will break all your characters if you don't have enough brave on them, and then finally hit you with an HP attack. The next one is for your summon. Actually, this I mentioned this earlier. For Ifrit, you use it as soon as possible. The reason being, really, you want to take advantage of that 20% extra attack while your HP is full. Chances are, if you don't really have a strong healer or a bulk healer like Aerith, then you will not be at full HP most of the time in this fight. Even Selfie, my Selfie sort of struggled getting my team to maximum HP, even with the max Brave. I do believe, like, as you guys will probably see in this video, there are times where it's just not enough, just a little bit more heal before I can get the full heal. So I decided to bring Bahamut for this fight. Now my third tip is all about this all attacks. So it's mostly going to be Gravity Spin, but it can also be Shake Off or Reaper as well. Now from experience, I do believe that they will keep using Gravity Spin as long as you have quite a lot of HP. Don't quote me on this, but just from my experience, it started using Shake Off and Reaper later on in the fight where my HP was a little bit lower, but I can't say 100% that's how it is. But if you know when it's going to use that, please leave it down in the comments below. I'd like to know as well. It only happened to me when I had a low level Auron, and obviously the fight was taking too long, and they started using Reaper and Shake Off, and eventually obviously I died and I just sort of revived with gems because I'm not gonna be able to finish the fight with my Auron. Really, he's pretty weak. I didn't really invest too much on him, even though he has his 15 CP passive. But the other thing that I want to talk about when it comes to this is basically take a look at the turn order, and if you think it's going to be Shake Off or Reaper, make sure just take a look at your turn order. If you get broken, that you will still have a turn or two before they do another turn. This way you have an opportunity to break them, because they're gonna have a lot of Brave when they do the Shake Off and Reaper, especially if they break your characters, or obviously just to recover your Brave before this all attack. That's also a safer option. And finally, my last tip is, if you are planning to bring a magic based character, make sure that you pay attention to Steel Defense. Now, because Steel Defense does grant them a magic damage resist, which means your damage is going to be lowered. Well, duh, that's what it says. So for people who are bringing Beatrix, just a friendly reminder that all her attacks are actually magic based. Even her Thunder Slash, even though it's quite effective against the Iron Worm because it is a thunder based element, it is still a magic attack, so you'll have the weak and resist at the same time. And plus, her EX ability is definitely a magic brave attack, so that's one of the things as well, so just pay attention to that. Alright, now let's take a look at some possible party compositions that you can bring for this fight. And obviously the first one is going to be the Auron, Sion, Vincent, which are all of these synergy characters. I don't know how successful this is because I cannot for the life of me actually try this out. My Auron is not that good, and especially my Sion is not good. Only my Vincent is. So for this one, I do suggest have Squall as your support, just to clean up the first to 4 waves. You can have a choice between Bahamut and Ifrit for your summon as well. The next one is the Squall Selfie Vincent combo, which you are seeing right now. Granted, it probably won't give you the highest score, but it's definitely possible to do and grab the high score that you need to get all the rewards. Again, Squall for support, just a little bit more abilities for your own Squall here, and Bahamut summon as well. The third one is obviously gonna be basically the meta composition, which is the DPS plus K-Sith and Selfie combo. Again, this one with your support, it's just gonna depend on your DPS. If you bring Squall, then you can bring Beatrix, so you can use Beatrix later in the fight, so you can use her EX plus straight away. Definitely you'll have that if you have Kate and Selfie. I do believe you'll have more than 9 buffs within those 2 characters. But in any case, this is the meta team, and if you really want to rock with it, you'll get the highest score possible. The final one I have here is a bit, obviously it's always going to be one of those things that I put together or just seen people actually use, and when I think about it, yeah, this could work. So I've got here Beatrix, Jet, and Vincent. They all take advantage of the Auron's weakness. Beatrix with her thunder-based abilities, Jet with his fire-based abilities, and Vincent using both. Plus, Vincent has an Imperil on both of those, which is definitely going to help you win this fight. And for the summon, I just put Squall there again, just to clean off the first couple of waves. No biggie, and yeah. Alright, so we're at the end of the video where obviously I give you my thoughts on this fight. Well, I do believe that this particular Lost Chapter is going to be on the easy side of things. Now obviously the caveat to this is having a bulk healer, like a very good bulk healer that you can heal through all the gravity spins. But other than that, there's really nothing else to say. You just have to watch out for those all attacks that actually does brave damage. But if you have a healer, then chances are they are also a brave battery. So if you really want to play safe, then you can use the brave battery side of things as well to make sure you don't get broken, and you should be fine in this fight. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all. As always, let me know down in the comments below what your team is for this particular fight, and if you think this fight is easy as I say, or it's actually quite difficult. Also make sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter at Monchkinz Gaming. This is Monchkinz logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.